Follow the journey from client brief to final delivery. Get an inside look at creative workflows used by industry professionals. Discover real-world examples of design challenges and solutions. Learn about essential tools that power modern graphic design work. Design execution. 45% of designers' time. Creating visual concepts and executing design solutions. Revisions. 30% of designers' time. Refining work based on feedback and creative direction. Client communication. 15% of designers' time. Presenting work and gathering requirements. Administrative tasks. 10% of designers' time. Managing files, invoicing, and project documentation. Review timelines. Check project deadlines and milestones. Organize assets. Prepare design resources for the day. Check communications. Address urgent client messages. Set priorities. Plan workload based on deadlines. Hardware setup. Dual color calibrated monitors. Tablet and precision stylus. Ergonomic chair and desk. Digital organization. Structured file naming system. Cloud storage for backups. Version control for iterations. Collaboration tools. Project management software. Video conferencing setup. Digital asset management. Analyze requirements. Review project specifications and deliverable requirements in detail. Identify constraints. Note timeline limitations and technical specifications. Clarify expectations. Reach out to clients for any unclear points. Break down tasks. Divide complex projects into manageable components. Competitor analysis. Study similar brands and products in the market. Note strengths and weaknesses of existing designs. Mood boarding. Collect visual references that align with project goals. Organize images by theme, color, and style. Audience research. Understand target demographics and preferences. Study behavioral patterns and visual preferences. Individual ideation. Using mind mapping and word association techniques to spark creative thinking. Team collaboration. Conducting digital whiteboard sessions to build on each other's ideas. Analog sketching. Drawing rough concepts on paper to quickly visualize potential directions. Digital mock-ups. Creating simple digital versions of promising ideas for further exploration. Brief review. Walk through project scope and requirements together. Align objectives. Confirm goals, timelines, and deliverables. Visual guidelines. Discuss brand requirements and style parameters. Feedback process. Establish revision expectations and communication channels. Rough sketches. Converting initial ideas into visual form using simple shapes and lines. Layout exploration. Testing various arrangements of elements to find optimal composition. Typography tests. Experimenting with different text styles and hierarchies. Convert sketches. Transform hand drawings to digital format using specialized design software. Establish hierarchy. Organize elements by importance to guide the user's visual journey. Create structure. Build basic layout frameworks without detailed design elements. Prepare for presentation. Format wireframes in a professional manner for effective client review. Adobe Creative Suite. Industry standard software including Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign. Figma. Collaborative interface design tool for team projects. Wacom tablet. Digital drawing surface for precise illustration work. Project management. Tools like Asana, Trello, or ClickUp for tracking work. Present concepts. Share initial design directions with team. Gather feedback. Collect input from art directors and peers. Address limitations. Discuss technical constraints and solutions. Refine approach. Incorporate valuable suggestions. Concept directions. Presenting distinct creative approaches for client consideration. Minutes per concept. Time spent explaining rationale and strategic thinking. Questions addressed. Typical number of client inquiries during presentation. Hour feedback window. Time frame for client to provide direction after review. Screen break. Taking 20 to 30 minutes away from digital devices. Resting eyes and mind from intense focus. Finding inspiration. Browsing design books or walking outside. Allowing mind to wander and make new connections. Social connection. Chatting with colleagues about non-work topics. Building relationships and sharing creative ideas. Key steps in bringing design concepts to life. Set typography. Apply text styles hierarchically. Apply color scheme. Implement brand colors consistently. Create custom graphics. Develop unique visual assets. Finalize design. Complete all visual elements. Typography forms the foundation of effective design. Designers carefully select typefaces that align with brand personality. Text hierarchies guide the viewer's eye through content. Consistent spacing creates visual harmony across all materials. Color harmonies. Designers apply color psychology principles to enhance messaging and create emotional connections with audiences. Brand color distribution. Professional designers typically use 60% primary brand color, 30% secondary colors, and 10% accent colors to maintain visual balance. Cross-media consistency. Both CMYK, print, and RGB, digital, versions ensure consistent colors across different media platforms. Accessibility standards. Color contrast ratios are carefully calibrated to meet accessibility standards, ensuring content remains readable for all users. Document requests. Record all client revision requests in detail for reference. Prioritize changes. Classify revisions by complexity and impact on overall design. Guide technical discussions. Explain limitations in accessible terms to manage expectations. Track modifications. Maintain version history to reference previous design states. Organize changes. Group similar revisions. Implement updates. Make changes systematically. Verify quality. Ensure design integrity. Create comparisons. Show before/after views. Team. Collaboration focus. Communication method. Copywriters. Message refinement. Shared documents. Developers. Technical implementation. Design handoff tools. Marketing. Campaign integration. Strategy meetings. Print vendors. Production specs. Technical calls. Quality assurance. Spell check all text. Verify image resolution. Check color consistency. Brand compliance. Correct logo usage. Approved typography. Standard color values. Technical review. Proper file formats. Bleed and margins. Layer organization. Create folder structure. Organize files logically by project, type, and version to ensure easy retrieval and management. Prepare file formats. Export designs in appropriate formats for web, print, and social media platforms to ensure optimal quality. Apply naming conventions. Use consistent file naming patterns that include project codes, descriptions, and version numbers. Archive project assets. Store completed project files securely for future reference, revisions, and repurposing opportunities. Present completed work. Showcase final designs with rationale for decisions. Show feedback integration. Demonstrate how client input improved the design. Explain technical specs. Cover implementation details and usage guidelines. Address final questions. Resolve any remaining concerns or uncertainties. Asset delivery. Providing files in all required formats for implementation. Style guidelines. Creating documentation for consistent brand application. Knowledge transfer. Explaining rationale behind design decisions and technical specifications. Administrative tasks are essential for business operations. Designers must balance these duties with creative work. Project management. 35 minutes per day spent organizing projects, setting milestones, and coordinating with team members. Time tracking. 15 minutes per day allocated to logging hours and monitoring productivity across different client projects. Invoicing. 20 minutes per day dedicated to preparing client invoices, tracking payments, and maintaining financial records. Schedule planning. 25 minutes per day invested in coordinating deadlines, arranging meetings, and planning workload distribution. Trend monitoring. Following design blogs, social media, and industry publications. Software mastery. Learning new features and techniques through tutorials. Formal education. Taking online courses and attending virtual workshops. Community engagement. Participating in design forums and local meetups. Logo redesign. Creating modern identity while preserving brand recognition. Brand package. Developing comprehensive style guide and visual system. Website design. Building responsive interface with improved user experience. Marketing materials. Designing cohesive collateral across multiple touchpoints. Tight deadlines. Using time blocking techniques to maximize productivity. Breaking projects into smaller, manageable milestones. Changing requirements. Building flexibility into project timelines. Documenting all changes and adjusting scope accordingly. Technical constraints. Finding creative solutions within platform limitations. Collaborating with developers to identify alternatives. Work-life balance. Setting clear boundaries with clients. Scheduling dedicated personal time despite project pressures. Junior designer. Building technical skills and learning industry standards. Senior designer. Leading projects and mentoring junior team members. Art director. Overseeing creative direction and managing design teams. Creative director. Shaping brand vision and overall creative strategy. Structured workflow. Maintaining organized processes while adapting to changing needs. Creative business balance. Aligning artistic vision with client objectives and practical constraints. Communication skills. Building strong client relationships through clear, professional interactions. Continuous adaptation. Embracing new tools and techniques to stay relevant in the field.